Just like that.
Just like
There we
that.
are.
Just like that.
Happy Friday, guys.
Likewise.
What'd you do?
What happened to your hand?
Listen, my wife and I, we've always been pretty clumsy, but we have been pretty good for a while. Man, I am having a week. I broke my pinky toe the other day. I just kicked the stool.
Yep.
No big deal. Middle of the day.
Yeah.
Right? No.
You broke it,
Proman was like, were you drinking? I'm like, no, it's the middle of the day.
No, I do that on my bedpost all the time. But you broke it?
I broke my pinky toe, and then I also I have like, dude, I might need stitches. I destroyed my hand with glass yesterday.
Oh.
Yeah.
I was just washing the dishes. I was just cleaning. My wife went out with some friends. The kids had just gone to sleep. I was just kind of cleaning up the kitchen. Dude, the gash on my hand.
You clumsy
I'm having a
bastard.
week. I turn 44 tomorrow.
That's right. Valentine's Day.
Yep.
Happy early birthday.
Dude. You know, my father can't walk. My father-in-law can't walk. Scary. So you know what it hit me? 22 years ago, right? I was 22, graduating college, right? 22 years ago.
Yeah.
22 years from now, I will be my father's age and my father-in-law's age.
Don't think about it.
I just realized that. Neither one of them can walk.
You're a young guy. You don't gotta worry about that yet.
Well, I got Perlman in my ear. Yeah, I've been hitting the gym pretty hard. I am.
Yeah. Yeah, you're a healthy guy. What are you
trying?
Worried about?
Healthy's a strong word. I'm working on it.
Jeez.
Man.
All right. Well, we wish you a swift recovery. What are you doing for your birthday?
Pinky up.
We're supposed to go in the city, but our pipes froze in the Poconos house. So, yeah. I mean, when it rains, it pours. You know. Right. So we're not going to the city. We're staying local. Steakhouse tonight, and maybe internet. My kids think the International House of Pancakes is like a really big deal because I make it sound like it is. I'm like the International House of Pancakes.
Deal, actually, right.
Well, Morgan didn't even know that that's what IHOP stood for, first of all. So that's what I'm dealing with over here.
All right.
IHOP's fantastic establishment. I mean, who doesn't love IHOP?
I mean, if you're 5 or 3 years old, it's like paradise.
Yeah. Yep.
So that's who I'm taking for my birthday, to the International House of Pancakes. Wow.
All
fancy. Fancy.
It's going to be a great birthday for JC. As a reminder, in case you don't live in America, Monday is a U.S. stock market holiday. We will not be doing a show on Monday. Crypto markets will be open. Other markets will be open. Stock market in the U.S., nada. So
I just want to say
how
much I hate that. We should do away with all Monday holidays.
It should be the day after the Super Bowl. The Super Bowl is an American thing. I get that, the NFL's going international, and I'm totally for that. It's business. It's great. But at the end of the day, it's an American thing. Next year, the holiday will be after. My birthday's on the Super Bowl next year, and the holiday will be the day after.
JC, I have news for you. That's going to be every year because they're gonna add another game. So they're gonna push
until they add another game after that. Then it'll be the week after.
Well, all right.
They're adding it. That's which holiday is Monday?
It's
the president's.
The president's, man.
When are markets going to get to a point where they're just going to be open on these little Monday holidays? Like,
why don't you ask Polymarket and Kalshi and those guys when they're going to be able to create swaps or some kind of derivative security for stocks on their platform, because
nobody's
that's the answer. I don't know.
Fun fact, George Washington's birthday was February the 22nd. Abraham Lincoln's was February the 12th.
Yeah.
That's why they decided to do it this time, right? Yeah. Right around there. Mine's the 14th. I don't think that was taken into consideration, but
maybe it was. Future
president. It is now. Obs.
All right, let's do the show.
Let's do state of the markets. Let's just skip the intro and go right. It's already 8:37. Let's do a state of the markets. Let's just go into it.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have the Dow Jones Industrial Average doing absolutely nothing this morning. 0.0, Mr. Blutarski. 68.50 for the S&P 500. So also 0.0. And of course, the NASDAQ 100, 0.0 across the board. Big nothing burger here on Friday the 13th. Friday the 13th today.
There's got to be something in the almanac about Friday the 13th, right?
There might be, but there's definitely some Ryan Dietrich stuff out there, and I don't know that I believe it. We got 30-year bond futures, pretty flat this morning, 117.5. Crude oil, relatively flat at 63. Copper down 0.5%, 575, down to 575. Gold up 1% and change, back above 5,000, 5,009. And then silver up 4.5% today, 79 and change, with the VIX above 20. Flat this morning, but pushing 21 on the VIX. Over in funny money land, Bitcoin up 1,000 points, 67,000 to 67,300, 1.6% to the upside. We got the old Ethereum 1971 up 1.3%. Solana 80 even, up 2.4%. Total crypto market cap, Mr. Spencer Israel, 2.28 trillion.
What stands out is that we are unch in stocks. Unchanged.
Yeah, off the lows a little bit. They were selling off this morning.
Okay.
When I woke up in a painful hand state. Like, dude, what did I do to myself last night?
I don't know.
My kids like my rainbow Band-Aid though.
Yeah. Dude, you gotta watch out for those ligaments and those tendons in your hands. Dude,
I know, and I don't know anything about that stuff.
Yeah. PSA: watch yourself next time you open up a can because those things are sharp too. Okay. Stocks are unchanged. Let's talk about yesterday was interesting. I mean, every day is interesting, right? I mean, then there are degrees, but I almost want to. It seems like every day they come for somebody else or something else, right? Every day it's sort of a new. What are they going to hit today? What are they going to hit today? And
these logistics stocks got crushed yesterday, man.
Why is
Expeditors, C.H. Robinson.
It's really, I guess the story of this week, it was this week really was the financials and I guess certain parts of financials got hit worse than others, and then yesterday, well, like you said, every day it just feels like there's something else. It's like, oh, here we go.
Yeah, but how about that McDonald's yesterday? Woo-wee, that Mickey D's looking good. Proving once again, Mickey D's just behaves more like a consumer staple than a consumer discretionary stock. Sorry.
I went to McDonald's last night because I had to
channel check. I get
it. And channel check.
Yeah.
And it checked out.
As a former CPA and auditor, is that a write-off, that channel checking in Mickey D's?
No.
Really? You can't write that off?
Depends on who you are. But no, it's not really serious.
Isn't Del Frisco's publicly traded? It used to be.
It's not worth it.
I got to be doing a lot of channel checking at the Del Frisco's. Is it still publicly traded? It used to be.
I don't know.
Yeah, there it is. DFRG. There it is. DFRG.
That's not.
Oh, no, it's not.
No,
it's not
that's not. No.
What?
It's been 6 years, man. That's got it.
Oh, they were acquired by Landry's Restaurants. Oh, I see. All right, that's a bummer. It used to be a stock.
So they're digging
a lot
in.
of channel checks at that restaurant over the years.
Are they digging in? JC?
Who?
The stocks.
Who's they?
The cryptos? Are they digging in for Crypto Friday?
Listen, I think that you absolutely nailed the levels.
Wait, can
I saw Brian Shannon tweeting the same things.
Can I ask a stupid question? Can I ask a dumb question? What
levels?
What does digging in really mean?
No idea, Spencer. It's the thing that we say. Don't ask questions like that.
Digging in. So the Japanese used to hammer in a bottom. That's what the Japanese used to say. You got to hammer in the bottom. That's why those candlesticks are called hammers, right? So digging in would be more of a gringo version of the hammer.
Okay, that's good. I like that.
How's that?
We'll do that. Yeah, we'll do that.
So it's like the American version of that Japanese saying, digging in.
So like a hammer candle is digging in?
That would be one way to perhaps one could dig in, particularly in Japan.
You might be thinking too hard about it.
Does anyone know? This is the thing that people say all the time, and
It means bottoming. It means bottoming.
Means bottoming. Okay, thank you. That's what I wanted to know.
But bottoming is a process. It's not an event. People think it's an event. It's a process.
Drilling in is different. Drilling in is when you're tape reading and doing top-down analysis.
Is that what you're doing? You're drilling in?
Yeah, that's drilling in. That's different.
Drilling in is the same as unpacking. You're unpacking.
I drill in. Yeah. The market digs in.
Some people unpack. All right, moving on.
I'm very curious on the Bitcoin Ethereum ratio.
I'm very curious if Coinbase is going to stick this landing right off that huge level at 150 following earnings.
Look, this is ETH BTC. I mean, we talked about Coinbase and Robinhood needing to get back above last week's lows, right? I still think that's the big one here. Throw up slide 2. Here's a This is what I'm looking at here, that little hook,
Oh, yeah. I like that. I know what you're going to show me.
A little hook down there.
Yep.
That looks pretty interesting, eh?
You got some big hooks and some other ones, too. Biminer. Let's go Biminer.
What if that little guy gets caught under there and you get a little squeeze?
Yeah. Biminer calls. Biminer calls for the win. Get your Biminer calls. Yeah.
So BMNR, you think this thing goes, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Man, they have lost a lot of money. Did they lose 10 billion?
What?
They lost $10 billion out of their 15.
Great. Good. Wipe it out. It's back to where it started. If you zoom out a little bit on that chart, a lot of these things.
What's the day that they announced that they were doing the ETH thing?
I mean, you could see it on the chart.
Got it. So is that first day, that June 30th?
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
So you can do an anchored VWAP from that low, and you could do an anchored VWAP from that high. That gets you to 42, well below that.
Yeah, they're not. The VWAPs are not in play for a while here.
No,
Double get you back to some VWAPs.
Can we talk about the most bearish chart in the world?
Is it
nice change of pace.
Financials?
No. It'll be old. This is it. I mean, there's no real question about it. Like, this is absolutely the most bearish chart in an environment where you've got emerging
Staples ripping, right? It's Staples ripping. That's bearish.
Steve's been talking about coin reversing since 40, actually.
Oh, I guessed right. Holy shit.
I'll correct you, Robert. Steve's been
the most bearish chart right now in the United States.
I did not know that's what you were going to. I thought you were going to have something else. I was actually right.
Listen, rotation into small caps. Emerging markets, all-time highs. Emerging markets ex-China, all-time highs. Most new 52-week highs on the New York Stock Exchange in over a year. Advanced decline line on the New York, new all-time highs. Lots of positives out there. There's no question. So on one hand, you've got all those things I just mentioned and more. Mid caps, equally weighted, the whole thing. On the other hand, why the fuck are consumer staples outperforming by so much, right? We talked about it with Steve Suttmeyer earlier this week. He totally agreed. I mean, I've been pointing out the strength. When you look what happened last spring there, Mr. Strazza, during that period between January and April, when consumer staples were outperforming, S&Ps fell 15%, NASDAQ fell 18%, Russell 2000s fell 20%. So far, you haven't seen that, at least not yet. Broaden into the other areas.
Yep.
The credit spreads, not much happening in the credit spreads quite yet. I mean, is it great? No, but it's not. I wouldn't say it's bad over there yet. Nope. But I would say that the consumer staples here doing what they're doing is pretty nasty.
Yeah, high yield looks fine to me.
Yeah, high yield, it's fine. I'm not. I wouldn't be like. I'd be pointing to this more than that.
You're right about staples, but if you look at the absolute trend in staples, I mean, this group of stocks never gets this overbought, this extended. So I do think you see a pullback in the short to intermediate term, and that'll turn that relative trend around, very likely.
How about we got our friend Michael Batnick is going viral out there on the internet.
Hot tweet.
Throw up the news slide too there. Shout out to Michael Batnick. friend of the show. Get him on soon. We got to talk to Batnick. I always have so much fun every time. I do their podcast all the time. They should be doing ours.
Do our stuff.
No, I know. We should have Batnick on more often. He's great.
Yeah.
KB. We got to have Ritholtz. I'm talking to Ritholtz in a little while.
This is a great show.
So this is a chart that it's got Batnick going viral on the internet here. We're looking at a bunch of blowups. We're looking at 115 or more stocks falling at least 7% in a single day across a rolling 8-day window. Very creative chart here, showing that you got stocks blowing up left and right. Typically, you see these things when the markets are major drawdowns, not within a percent or two from new all-time highs, which is interesting.
You know what? That seems to be the argument that I'm seeing the most as to why people are freaked out. It's the magnitude of the moves, the intraday moves, right?
And it's what's moving. It's what is doing that.
Dude,
like
Microsoft,
Microsoft, for example. Microsoft getting killed like this. No one is
these
used.
Logistics companies and the Dow transports, they don't move. That's why Strazza hates them, because they don't move. A lot of people, it's like these are the most boring stocks. Even Spencer agrees. And they're going down 20% overnight.
Batnick has been such an IMAX bull for so many years now.
For years.
Yep.
Yeah, he loves it.
But no,
he's a big movie goer, though.
I was listening to him and Josh yesterday, and he's been kind of echoing the same sentiment as we have on here. It's the kinds of stocks that are being sold, like the most owned stocks in the world, in a lot of cases. That's what I think is fucking with people here. If this was happening, like when the regional banks blew up, however many years ago, right, and the selling was concentrated there, people wouldn't care as much. But the fact that it's software, AI, big cap tech, now a lot of other groups, they're just very owned stocks. I think that's having a big impact. And I don't think Coca-Cola and Pepsi are going to be leading for very long. I think this is, I mean, Coke doesn't make moves like this. This is wild. So I think that money comes out eventually.
Yeah, because it has nothing to do with fundamentals. It's all about money flow.
Yeah, and defense. They're just pouring into the safer names that can't be disrupted. Like McDaniels. All right, moving on.
So any thoughts on how many blowups we're seeing sort of this volatility? You think that's indicative of broader market weakness, generally speaking, or is it just, watch for landmines?
The second one. Yeah, they're just blowing stuff up. And I think what's going to end up happening, if you pay close enough attention and do the work ahead of time, they're throwing out a lot of good with the bad. So I think there's going to be some really nice opportunities coming out of this.
Rope slide 2, because this one's in play right now. I wanted to zoom out. Excuse my incomplete candle. This candle does not look anything like this as of right now. But this is, we got Coinbase right now, pre-market, up almost 10%. So that's 154.5. And that puts it substantially above those former lows there. Does this look like they're just digging in? Right here, right there. Remember what I said yesterday in the meeting? We had to be above last week's lows. Well, we're above last week's lows.
Yeah, you want to talk about it? Run the beat report bumper.
Do it.
Woo! Don't we have a point? Throw up the scorecard too. And we should have beat report Coinbase charts. So look, this is a special one for me. Been very bullish Coinbase for a very long time. Been in and out of the stock in my long-term account as one of my top holdings. We nailed the bottom in this thing the last cycle at an entry around $40. So wrote it up at almost a 10x win. And I think Coinbase delivers those kinds of common stock returns again in the future. The fact that it's being sold the way it has lately, I think just gives a really nice opportunity for long-term entry. And when you look at that chart, I mean, this stock's all the way down to 40 billion in market cap now. Wow. When you look at the chart, this 150 level could not be cleaner. This is over 100 billion at one point, well over 100 billion, by the way. 150 is that level. The market has to start rewarding them for their reports again. I just saw back in 2023, that was the case at the bottom of this scorecard. But, starting in May of 2024, really, we started seeing very negative reactions for the stock. quarter that was just reported, if you looked at the pre-earnings drift column, we have to update this row now that we're just, today's the reaction day, so we'll update the scorecard for tomorrow. But the stock was down like 50%, Spencer, coming into this report. So they didn't have to do much. Market was already pricing in the fact that they were going to miss, probably pretty bad too. And they did, but it was fine. Stock is up about 10% here, pre-market, back above that 150 level. And if there's one thing that stood out in the report, listen to this. Coinbase now, you've heard about what they're doing, right? They're becoming the everything exchange.
Well, that's what they're trying. I guess I can't speak to whether they're doing it, but I know they've talked about that.
Oh, they're doing it.
They're doing it? Okay.
Coinbase now has 12 products generating over $100 million in annualized revenue. 6 of those product lines are surpassing $250 million in annual revenue. This company is built just like the big banks. Very, very diverse revenue stream now. They've gotten away from the fee-based business, which is what really made the company's earnings so volatile. Right? So Coinbase, historically, and it'll still happen to a degree because the fee revenue is such a big piece of the pie still, but historically, Coinbase would print money and their EPS would go 10x during a bull market, and then it would flip negative. They would go from negative earnings in crypto bear markets to a very, very profitable, high operating leverage company in bull markets. So it's a wild ride, and this kind of stock investors don't like that. They want a diverse revenue mix, right, with a lot of different revenue streams. Coinbase has achieved that. So they've done everything that they've kind of wanted to do here, and the subscription revenue is pretty wild. Subscription and service revenue reached almost 3 billion, 2.8 billion, up 23% year over year, and 5.5 times higher than at the 2021 cycle peak. So that's demonstrating that the company has successfully diversified away from the trading fees, which is a really big deal. They have outperformed their revenue and expense guidance every quarter in 2025. So that's that execution from Brian Armstrong. This company is very well led from the top. They know exactly what they're doing. They're the industry leader in the space. And I think this is a great place for the stock to bottom.
I mean, this is it right here. These are the lows from 24. These are the lows from 25. Will they or will they not be the lows from 26? That is the question. How Shakespearean of me.
Like a lot of times the market just misses stuff, right? This company is getting killed right now because crypto is really bad and crypto goes down literally every day. So they get hit with unrealized losses on, depreciation of the prices in cryptocurrencies. But at the end of the day, this is an incredibly profitable business, particularly in good times. They're buying back stock. They have 11.3 billion in cash.
Strazza, how do you feel about Mr. Beast becoming the next big financial conglomerate for financial services?
I literally know nothing about him, but they bought back $1.7 billion in stock.
Well, Steve, this is what I never understood about Coinbase is like, yeah, to your point, yes, their profitability used to ebb and flow with the price of Bitcoin, right? The price of crypto. But if they're an exchange, shouldn't their profitability just go up with volatility? That's what I always thought.
No, because they hold positions as well. So they take big unrealized losses in bear markets. And they need trading activity. They need volume. And in crypto bear markets, when crypto gets really wiped out, the volume actually goes away. The volume comes back in the rally phases, right? That's when you get big volume. Also wide spreads, bigger fees.
Fair enough.
It really in 2 ways during crypto bear markets. But that business is over. Where they turn unprofitable during crypto bear markets, they're now demonstrating that that's no longer the case because they've diversified their revenue so nicely. Back in 2022, during the bear market, they got absolutely crushed. EPS flipped negative, right? But this time around, I think they have 12 consecutive quarters now of positive EBITDA. So that demonstrates that they can remain profitable even through these challenging crypto environments. So the company's maturing and doing a great job, really becoming a quality, diversified business. The market's going to hop on board to that, figure it out, and reward the stock in the future. Crypto just has to find a floor. As soon as it does, this is the #1 vehicle to invest in crypto over the long term. Nothing else comes close. If crypto survives, Coinbase thrives. I've been saying this for about 5 years now.
If crypto survives, Coinbase thrives. That's a quote.
That's it. That's your beat drop.
I like that. I like that. Very lyricist of you there. I like that. With
I
the
would have
beat drop. If crypto survives, Coinbase thrives. I like it.
You've heard me say that before, sir.
I don't think I have, or maybe I wasn't paying attention.
Said it on the Ritholtz podcast with you 4 years ago.
You said it like that? Like rhymes like that?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well done. All right. Good for you.
Because I am a lyricist in a way. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So many rappers coming out of Connecticut.
Okay. Wait. Let's do this. Let's talk to Kenny, and then we'll talk to Louis, and we'll bring it back. And Louis wants to discuss AI as well. But let's see what Kenny's. Kenny, you're here.
Biminer?
Yeah, Kenny's here. Okay.
Biminer?
We'll talk to Kenny. Kenny's watch list today is, I think, quite long. A lot of things that are moving. So maybe he's buying the dip in like Pinterest down 20%. I don't know. Let's find out.
Definitely.
Definitely. I don't know. Where's my bumper?
It's been a long time coming. They ain't come from my club, they tugging. Putting up numbers, 99 pounds, and I still kept it 100. Hold up. Yeah.
Kenny Glick,
What up?
grandfather of day trading, Mr. TikTok himself.
Yes, we're live everywhere.
Dude, they're loving you in China, bro. They definitely don't think you're crazy.
Huge in China, terrific in China.
Huge.
China,
Kenny, are we fading Rivian? Are we buying Pinterest? Are we fading Corsair?
Definitely buying Pinterest.
Are we fading Corsair Gaming? Are we fading Dutch Brothers? What are we doing today?
All those things. No, actually, let me tell you what's going on. Last night, huge fan, as you know, of Coinbase. So we took advantage of that dip. And we came in long Coinbase, short the Qs. That's savvy. So just covered the Qs short before the economic data came out, and we're still in a little Coinbase right now. But I've been buying the dip on the DraftKings. We're in the DraftKings.
What was the economic data? Was the CSI?
Yeah, I think criminal something or other. Criminal investigations. I don't know. Economic data, something about inflation. But
which inflation is it this time? Is it the DIS or the D? Maybe
no,
the
I'm going with
I don't know.
stagflation, the best of all the inflations.
Dude, shout out to the Fairfield Stags. Speaking of Connecticut, shout out Fairfield Stags. Shout out stagflation.
If we're going with some kind of inflation, I'll go with stagflation.
What's your favorite inflation?
Chime in on the chat. That's the worst of the inflations.
Is it the worst?
Yes.
Dude, chime in on the chat. Tell us which one is your favorite inflation. Shout out to the inflations. I'm a disc guy, I think.
Inflation Nation up in here.
No,
All right,
Kenny, JC, you're a disinflation guy. That's what you are.
I'm a disinflation guy.
Ooh, disinflation. Okay. Now we're getting
I like inflation at a lesser rate. See, how am I doing? Huh? Yeah, come on. Good. This guy. All right.
Yes, but now that I know what Bros is, I definitely want to short it because it was an ice cream parlor. Really?
Oh,
it's coffee, man.
Is it? Yeah. It's funny because I never heard of it until last night.
Oh, because it looks like a Dairy Queen. That's why you said that.
Right, we're a Dairy Queen. We're Dairy Queen.
They look like Dairy Queen.
I've never heard of Bros. I've never heard of it. Just like
the Bros thing. It's like a hippie coffee.
Yeah, like Kava. I didn't know what Kava was until my daughter told me about it. So, and then it was a great short. But no, right now I love the Coinbase trade just because it was at 2-year lows. And this whole, again, we're having this whole thing about silver and the Bitcoin and that, you can't give me a minute to have a great time with my silver until you start ripping on me. So I'm just abusing the Bitcoin people. I hope this thing goes to zero. But the Coinbase was being treated like it was MicroStrategy. It's not. And what I don't understand, this is a question for everybody else. Why is it that when volatility increases, it seems like trading volume goes down? To me, it's the opposite. The way I live it, the more volatility, the more active I am. But it seems like when you guys get a moment where the cryptos are all going down, you just sit there staring at it. Oh, I wish I would have sold it. Or why doesn't people get more active? Anyway, the idea for me was this is not MicroStrategy. So those earnings reports, once I saw that pivot, I'm in. And you guys, if you know about CONL, what a gift.
CONL?
Yeah, that's the leveraged version of Coinbase. And you were able to buy this thing at 526 last night. And you're opening up here at 597, banging it out at 6 and change.
Right now.
this is a cheap way to own this stock. And I'm probably going to hang in there with this one as long as it doesn't break under like 567, which is now my cost average. But, again, thing with the hood also. And, they got tossed out, and I think a little bit too aggressively. So I'm a big fan of the hood, big fan of the Coinbase. Right now, obviously, DraftKings been working for us. And, but normally I'm looking to fade the big gap, but I love me some AMAT. Talking about being the grandfather of this industry, that I made my bones trading AMAT.
Nice.
This was the king. There was nobody higher. Sucker MCs, they call me sire. Nobody was more powerful than AMAT. AMAT was buying every semiconductor stock out there. Anybody had a good idea, AMAT would just gobble you up. This is a juggernaut. And this is the Palantir of the day. If AMAT gives way, I think the market could give way. But right now, I'm still in that mode. Show me the sellers, and I'll start shorting again, because yesterday was ugly. But today we're at that same exact spot where we were 5 days ago. Same exact price. So if we roll, sure, I'll go short. But right now, I'm sticking with the mantra. Shorting is short-lived, and they're going to die, not me. I've learned the hard way. So I'm buying the dip so far. It's been a good trade. And but if UVXY is over 42.50 today, there will be no bid going into the close.
UVXY.
So it is.
And then let me ask you this, Kenny.
Yeah.
What about the so if UVXY is positive on the day?
Yeah. We're in trouble. So now the regular procedure in the bull market is a little nervousness before the data. Data comes out, nobody cares, bull market, UVXY crashes, market goes up. If that switches at 9:45 or at 10 o'clock and UVXY starts to trend higher and goes green and stays green, that's telling you that people are nervous. And you scream Barracuda, people say, huh? What? You scream shark. We got a panic on our hands on the 4th of July.
What does the third 3-day holiday mean to you? Like, people want to take positions going into the weekend.
No.
Is that less relevant now because there's other ways to hedge those positions over the weekend, or is that still relevant?
It is still relevant to the point where there's that more unknown out there. There's one more day where something bad could happen. Again, that's the way I look at it because I'm the bear, but the way I would look at it, like, if the market's weak going into the close before a 3-day weekend, it gets a little bit more scary than it normally would be.
Yeah.
And that's when you could have those that run for the exits moment at the close. And that's what UVXY is all about.
Like, get me out. What the hell's what shoe's about to drop on Sunday or Monday,
right,
and we don't have any liquidity to get out. I'd rather get back in on Tuesday sort of mentality.
Precisely. And before I go,
what if that doesn't happen? It's just a kind of like a slow day where nothing really happens. Do you think there's any chance of that at all?
I don't think it's gonna be a slow day today. I thought yesterday.
Yeah, no. I mean, listen, the VIX is at pushing 21, so you're looking at about a 1.3% move in the S&P 500 priced in as we speak per day. 1.3%, not nothing. So the fact that everything zeros across the board, Dow, S&P, and Nasdaq all at 0.0, unchanged. Your bet is that is not going to stay like that. That is going to change dramatically throughout the day and then likely change once again after that.
Yes.
How am I doing?
In that order right there, too.
How am I doing?
Right. I love it. But here, I'll give you a couple of other names here. So ANET, you guys know about it. Arista Networks, big gap. Again, if you're trading the big guys, this is already showing you that you want to be fading it. Here's that bros we were talking about. Again, above VWAP, I think it's going to be an easy one. So there's that 59 zone is the VWAP. I'll be looking to fade it. And then, of course, I love myself this Coinbase trade. So again, I'm looking to take profits, but not until it breaks 52.50 and it looks like it's going to roll over here. But it's, for me, now that we've traded some stocks, you see what the Qs are doing right now? I think this is what we're going to see. Some chop, and that chop resolves itself to the downside. And if that happens with UVXY increasing in value, I'm looking at, 598 puts, maybe 597s, even 590s, because if we break the overnight lows, then that's where people start getting afraid. So right now, the overnight lows are basically what we just hit, the 597.50 area. So we're right there. We break it, we're in trouble. So that's where we're going. And let me just show you the DraftKings before I leave. DraftKings, nice. We got, a nice little payday. So cashing out of these names before the open, you know, and usually by 9:20, I'm out of everything pre-market and then be ready to rock.
And then what about the Qs themselves? What's the level? So if we break what, then we got problems.
Well, right now you got a problem already because you got the finger of God forming. And again, this is what I'm hoping they stabilize now.
Where's the finger of God?
Right there. When you break a new high and then you roll over.
Put up the chart. Pull up the chart.
You don't have it up? Hang on a second.
All right, go ahead.
There it is. So, you know, this one's subtle because it would just basically double top. So usually you break the high, then you roll. But this is it right now. So you break, look, you were in a slight uptrend, and that uptrend was just slammed. So that's what I'm talking about. That's what this market, the market's got a weight around its neck right now. And I think it's just waiting. It's just waiting and holding its breath, and it's going to sink beneath the waves, and it's going to be swimming with the fishes later today. So you break 59750 pre-market lows, game on, my friends, game on. So be careful.
All right, you heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen. Swimming with the fishes.
Be careful.
Have a good weekend, Kenny.
Have a great 3-day weekend.
Kenny. Put on a trade with Kenny. Have fun. Smile while you do it. Say hi to the folks over at TikTok for me, Kenny. Wow, how has TikTok not kicked off Kenny again? I think he's already been banned 2 or 3 times. You know, they let him back in.
They do every time.
You know, shout out to the communists. You know, letting Kenny back in.
Let's talk to Louis. Louis said, before we talk about crypto, I want to talk about AI.
All right, let's hear it.
That's what he said this morning.
And Louis not one of these like AI people. So if he's talking about AI, it's for
how do you know what? How do you know?
No, he's not like one of these people that's like, oh, AI is a great, like always one of those guys. Like Louis, like just kind of like more a practical observer of markets. He talks about a lot of things. So if he's interested in AI right now, I'm curious to hear why.
Let's find out.
Got my fingers on the pulse, avocado and toast, leather seats, jet plane, always ready to go.
Ludo.
Hey guys, how's it going?
What's up?
You know, you're pulling that chart up with Mr. Michael Batnick. You're talking about this correction in software. And everybody's talking about artificial intelligence, but the question that I'm asking the people that I talk to the most is like, how are you actually using it in your everyday lives? Like, how are you guys playing with the toys? I'm really curious. I'm using it a lot for my work. I'm automating things left, right, and center. I'm saving hours and hours a week. I'm curious, how are you guys using it?
I haven't really figured out how to automate anything that I do yet. I mostly use it for search and to help with the research, and help me with like idea generation. Any copy I have to write, but I haven't automated anything in my life yet.
Dates are good. Like when I'm like, hey, what day did this happen? What day did that happen? It's good with that.
You guys are talking about ChatGPT. Right.
I use Gemini too.
No, I'm agnostic, Steve. I rotate. I make a conscious effort to rotate. I use Gemini. I use Claude. I use ChatGPT. I use Perplexity.
We've been futzing around with some of the new tools. We have some partnerships with folks like Quarter and now DeepVest. Quarter is probably the single best financial AI out there, especially for earnings. It's just really good. The other ones are trying to catch up, but still, you know, I'll go to Gemini and do just as well, you know, in terms of like my financial or my market questions, as I will on some of the ones that are specifically for finance. So I think there's some improvements coming, and I think AI is probably 10 times better this time next year than it is now. Like you could see the idea there, right? You could see that like it could be something, but they're just getting too many of my questions wrong still. It's frustrating. And I gotta audit the AI every day. It's a pain in the ass.
This is my challenge. This is my problem. Is this stuff moves and improves so quickly? Like the rate of change is insane, and I literally cannot. I don't know how anyone can keep up because I literally cannot keep up. Right? Like there's a new tool every week, and I can't. I just can't.
It does take time. Like we have a meeting Monday to like give feedback because that's what we do. We'll look at these platforms, we'll test them out, we'll try to do the things we need to do, and then we'll have like a call with the people who, you know, develop all the AI stuff, and we'll tell them, hey, we would love it if this would work. We would love it if that would work. And I can see it right now. I could see that somebody's going to nail this. And there's going to be a financial or a market-based AI in the future that is absolutely sick. I don't know who it'll be. I'm rooting for some people. But it's coming. It's definitely coming. You can see it.
Louis,
Anyway, do your thing, Louis.
So number one, why'd you ask us how we're
Yeah.
using AI? And number two, how do you use it?
Well, I'm really curious because me personally, I have spent a lot of hours this week just saying, hey, here's everything that I do this week. What is the most annoying things? How can I automate it? And I was really surprised, but you know, it's Friday now, it's Saturday here in New Zealand. And I've probably saved myself probably about 15 hours every single week just automating the most boring tasks. I get an email every day to my inbox. Claude sends me an email right on the morning, tells me everything that I need to do, all the messages that aren't answered. It almost acts as my assistant, tells me what's happening in the markets just like
Claude
that.
does that for you? Use Claude for that?
I use Claude, and so you use Claude Bot and Claude Code.
And it reads your
right
email.
now, as we talk, there is a monitor right here, and it's literally writing code for me, and I'm not even doing anything. So it's building something for me right now. Currently working on building an automated trading bot, so it's working on trading Solana meme coins. I get a message sent to my phone with a meme coin and a chart, and all I need to do is just reply yes and comma and 50, and then it automatically puts the trade on, and it manages according to certain rules, just trading Solana meme coins. This thing
What broker?
is... it just trades on chain on Jupiter. And so I just got to say, you know, every time I hear people talking about software and artificial intelligence, now my ears almost spike up because I've been playing with the tools this week, and all I got to say is that you just need to experiment. You need to work with Claude Code. I have no idea how to code. I'm not a coder. I'm not a software developer, but I've been over here writing code this week just because I have Claude Bot helping me write code. And so I'm just really curious. And I think it's just something that everybody needs to get their hands on right now.
That's awesome. Good for you, Louis. You know, let me know when it can start answering those emails for you. I need that.
Working on it.
Well, what you told me the other day about how you have it writing, and like, you know, cutting down the time that you used to take doing posts and stuff. I mean, that's an exciting new world to live in, because a lot of that shit just takes way too long. The publishing of the post and the writing of the post and all that stuff. And if you could have AI do it, I'm for it.
Yep, and there's you know, if there's no substituting judgment, right? So artificial intelligence is really good at contextualizing, sorting through information, but it is terrible at judgment. And that's when you get all this AI slop that you read online, people that don't know what they're talking about, just using artificial intelligence. And you need to know what you're doing, what you're talking about, to actually discern whether this is a good take or good information. So you need to still have that judgment layer, but it's really good for automating the things that are just really annoying.
You could tell it, you could give it the important stuff, and then it does the organizing and the aggregating and the compiling of all the shit. That's really like the move, right?
Absolutely.
The original thought has to come from us, obviously, but then the AI can kind of put it together in a snap.
Yeah, and then you need to have the judgment to interpret that. And so, like, when I have code writing it for me, I want to express my judgment on whether that code is going to be good, so I can automate the things that I don't want to do, and I can spend more time with important things, and the bigger picture.
Fantastic, proud of you. That sounds so cool. We're gonna have a meeting, and Louis is gonna teach me how to do this, because it sounds great. It really does.
All the
Who
kids
can
are
answer
using it
emails?
these days.
What?
All the kids are using the AI.
They better be.
Yeah, and you know, and even people that, you know, I was talking with my mom and my mother-in-law the other day. Not even the other day. That must have been like 4 or 5 months ago, maybe more. And they were all talking. Maybe it could have been even last summer. And I know it was last summer, actually. It was last June, believe it or not. And they were talking about how they used it at work, both of them.
Yep.
I was like, really?
My parents use it too. My dad's on ChatGPT all the time. Love to see it.
Louis,
If you
what's going
use
on with
AI, it's making you dumber and a worse human. Ooh, bad take. Bad take.
No, I've thought about this, actually. No, I've thought about
Not
this
true.
because it's making people dumber is sort of the narrative, because you have to think less, because you're like, oh, I'll just get it close and then AI will finish it for me. So like, you don't have to necessarily think through those things.
Right.
My counter to that is that while that might be true, I think that the added layer of thinking about what the machine is doing, you're thinking about new things and you're exercising your brains in different ways. It's not just less exercise. It's just different exercise. How do you feel about that, Louis?
Yeah, and then I think it's also really important because these chatbots, if you're just using them to talk to them, which most people aren't creating software for themselves. You got to realize that these chatbots, they affirm your beliefs. So if you put a terrible belief into artificial intelligence, if you have a really bad take, most of the time it'll just glaze you and say, oh my God, that is a great take. So you need to be aware of that. So that's why judgment is so important when it comes to these things. It's almost like social media. You go into social media and it feeds you a bubble of the stuff and people get, really polarized and radicalized. Artificial intelligence is that on, like, to crazy amounts because you can talk with a bot and it'll affirm every crazy belief that you have. So you just need to be really cautious about that.
Another thing that's cool about it is like when I find myself using AI and it's working well, I start thinking like much bigger. Like the opportunities or the things that are possible really expands, right? I start thinking, well, we could do this. Like things that I would never think about because I would think that that's impossible. But when I see the power of some of these AIs, I'm like, well, why don't we do this? Ideas that I would always think that's impossible. Now, like,
dude, my buddy sent me something the other day. He's like, hey, read this. I'm like, there's no way I'm reading this. So I copied and pasted into AI, and I'm like, give me the TLDR.
Yep. Time saver. Little stuff like that. That adds up. That's great. Louis, can we talk about crypto? It's Crypto Friday, for crying out loud. We got 3 closed market days for equities. So everybody's going to be, jonesing for some action. Are they going to be trading the cryptos, buying these lows?
I mean, I was actually having a little bit of a debate with myself. Do I buy a little bit of MicroStrategy? And I decided against it because I've already, my crypto account is fully allocated. I'm good. I've got enough crypto exposure. And I was thinking about this and I was like, where do I buy MicroStrategy? Do I go out onto my traditional brokerage? And I thought, no, that'll be such a pain. I just want to go out and buy it on chain, buy it hyperliquid so I can trade it 24/7. And it's hilarious that I had that thought because now I almost look at it like, why would anybody want to own a stock that you can't sell on the weekends? If there's something that happens, I can go out, I can manage my position on MicroStrategy just on hyperliquid, manage the risk. I don't need to worry about gaps. Like, how do you guys do that? I don't understand this.
You must have missed the top of the show where I was complaining about how much I hate the fact that we have these Monday holidays and I have to wait 3 days to get back to my business here. I think it's coming, a world where we could transact in traditional equity markets.
Get yourself a prime ribeye roast and it'll get you off the markets.
Watch a little college hoops. Hey, Pebble Beach this weekend. Really nice. I'm having a tough time getting into any of this Olympic stuff.
My kids don't want to watch it. I want to watch it. My kids don't.
The Olympics are on? I don't even know that the Olympics were on.
Yeah.
Yeah, Louis, you didn't qualify. Does New Zealand have a Winter Olympics team? Probably, right? Because they got...
You would be surprised, but New Zealand per capita actually holds its head above weight. We do great as a country. For a tiny country, we are fantastic at sport.
Can you throw up slide 2? Because there's some...
Scruffy Henry is really on one this week.
Throw up slide 2 because New Zealand has really been a disappointment this bull market.
Yeah. Tell them.
Failing at those former highs.
What's going on over there?
Late 2020, early 21. Early loser in that cycle. Kind of came down with ARK and that whole SPAC debacle. And then so if you go to the next one here, Louis.
This thing looks like the Russell 2000 when it was still shitty.
Here, hold on. Go up the next one. This one's the one that's got me real worried there. You got new decade plus lows relative to the all country world index. I mean, in a market where everything is going up, New Zealand just can't get it done. Louis, any thoughts there?
Mate, I'm over here. I'm trying. I'm working hard. I'm trying to get this chart to go up. But look, here's the deal with the NZX. These guys just need to merge with Australia because nobody lists on the NZX. It's a dead exchange. All of our most successful companies, they don't want to list on the shitty NZX. They want to go to Australia. They want to go to the NYSE. And so we get this terrible issue where we have the best companies leaving and listing elsewhere, and we have the worst companies listing on the exchange. We just need to merge with Australia.
So you got 30% healthcare, another 30% industrials, 13% utilities, 12% real estate, and nothing else.
Bro, our biggest
a lot of
holding
healthcare,
in
a lot
the
of
index
industrials
is like
there
an
in New
airport.
Zealand. What's up with this Fisher pay cow? They just dominate the healthcare situation over there.
You know, our biggest holding in the index is an airport. Just think about that.
Hey, you know, people are just trying to go there and get the hell out of there too, all at the same time. Is that pretty much the story?
Yeah, it's a fantastic place to live, JC. I got to say that.
Dude, I gotta go, man. I've never been. I've been to Australia. I gotta get to New Zealand. I gotta get there. I want to go skiing. I want to go drink the wine. The Pinot Noir is lovely in New Zealand.
I was really surprised moving down here at the South Island. I went to Otago and had some wine. I mean, I'm not a big wine guy, but even I was like, you know, I can appreciate this.
Good.
The
Pinot Noir, good Pinot down there in the South Island because it's colder. It's upside down. You know, the hemispheres. The Burgundy of the Southern Hemisphere, they call it. Nobody calls it that, but
You do.
they should. Maybe they should. All right, Louis. So is this it? Coinbase gonna dig in? We're gonna rip, or another leg lower?
It's what everybody
Steve
wants to know today.
Steve called it. It was just a classic sell the rumor, buy the news. You know, this terrible earnings report already got baked in. It was
Wasn't
already
even
priced
terrible.
in.
It wasn't terrible. It was fine. It was actually pretty good.
I mean, the frontline numbers were pretty bad, but then, like you said, it's really important that they are diversifying their revenue, right? The fact that they've got 12, which is hilarious that they said they've got 12 business departments that are generating more than $100 million. I think there was almost a subtle dig at Robinhood, who came out and said they've got 11. I feel like they just needed to one up them there. But, you know, Coinbase is changing their business model. And so, again, I think when it comes to all of these cryptos, the big opportunity isn't actually looking for these things that are really making money, that have got real users. I was talking about Hyperliquid. Hyperliquid, I feel like, is almost a better trade, a better longer-term hold than Coinbase. That's my bold thesis.
Yeah, huh?
The headline numbers weren't that bad. It's just that the market couldn't update the EPS estimates fast enough for all the unrealized losses that they were going to get hit with as crypto prices have been crashing for the last 3 weeks. Revenue came in at 1.78 versus 1.81. So business is
This is why we have the beat report. This is why we have the beat report. We need people like you, Steve.
And also, like, the bigger point there is they already killed him for a bad earnings report. Stock's been down 50% over the trailing month. So, you know, nice setup when you see
So you
something
think
like
they
that.
dig in, huh? Right here?
Absolutely. Key support here. You know, the level here, so you're going back to the former all-time highs, but I don't even think that's the target, because you look at this longer-term chart of Coinbase, you draw some fibs on it, and you've got about 570, 580. I think that's where it heads longer term, and that's about a 4x from here.
All right. Let's see it. Let's see it. I got to see it. I mean, it's starting the day out in the right note. It's got to be above those levels, and it is. So we'll see what happens. Those Thursday lows, I said it yesterday. Well, we had a behind closed door meeting yesterday when we were talking about it, but nevertheless, I mean, that was the idea. Same thing with Hood, by the way. I said Coinbase got to be above the Thursday lows, and so does Hood. And right now, Hood is flat, 78.
Hood could come in a bit more, I think. I mean, the way the stock's run, the valuation maybe getting ahead of itself.
72.5 on the Hood. I mean, it's right there, dude. Technically, it's above the Thursday lows. All right, let's see it. Let's see it. I'm down for the get down.
You like the Boomener?
Whatever. Let's go. Let's see it.
How about the Boomener, Louis?
I'm in. I'll buy some. Dude, you can get Bitcoin. Bitcoin's on discount. It's a President's Day discount. Here offered for everybody. Yeah, I don't know how it is in New Zealand, Louis, but in America, whew, these Americans love spending money. They love it. And they're always looking for deals. They're always looking for deals, these Americans. Is it like that in New Zealand? People just want to buy shit or no?
Maybe we need a bit more of that so we can get that NZX chart up a little bit. And this thing needs to break out. People need to start spending some more money.
So you can get the old Bitcoin on the blockchain chain for practically half of what you were able to get it for later. That's a 50% discount, Louis. Americans like that sort of thing. I guess we'll see.
I like it. I like it. I've been buying some Bitcoin. I'm stacked. I'm good.
If they start sticking it towards the afternoon, I'm in. I got money to put to work. I'm in. I'm with you, Strazza. Strazza's like, I'm already in. Let's go.
Buying more calls today.
All right.
Hopefully right around here. I like this price right here. Hey,
Curious to see how volatility compresses after this. Like if you got the post, you know, you're gonna be able to get some cheap options. Yeah, I'm with you on
right
that.
now.
I like that.
It's happening as we speak. Let's do a quick recess and get out of here for the opening bell.
Let's do it.
Friday.
Let's do it. What do you got, Strazza?
I just want to say, I think I was at Publix yesterday. I believe the organic ribeye is what's on BOGO, not like the standard ribeye. It's the organic one that's BOGO this
Don't be
week.
eating that grass-fed shit.
You are? It's
No.
good. No?
No.
You don't like it? Why?
You're gonna have a ribeye. You want it grass-fed, bro?
I don't know. Is that what is organic mean
Oh,
grass-fed?
man, you want that shit fat. You want a fat cow, a fat, plump cow. Yeah. You don't want to eat that grass shit.
I thought grass fed has more flavor. It's better.
That's what I thought.
No, we got to get that corn-fed stuff, son.
It's all propaganda.
I want my antibiotic resistant beef with all that, you know, artificially modified corn. Bloody hell.
By the way,
that sounds so American.
Brooke Trout Angler is talking about how Brooke is friends with Kim Crawford. That's like the third person that tells me that they're friends with Kim Crawford. Kim Crawford sounds like a really great guy. Really great guy, this Kim Crawford, gentlemen.
Kim's cool. Yeah.
Lots of friends. Hearing good things. Rugby player.
Nice.
Very athletic gentleman, is my understanding. I am not
Rugby
friends
players
with
are
Kim Crawford.
crazy. Let me tell you, they are crazy.
What, these
They've
Kiwi
got
rugby
like
players?
bloody nose and like broken everything, broken nose, crooked noses, cauliflower ears. These guys are crazy.
Listen, when you get older, you know how like older people are like, what do you want to do for your birthday? They're like, oh, I just want to kind of just relax, you know? And then I was like, that's so boring. Let's go out and rage, right? That's how I used to be when I was younger. Now it's like, yeah, you know, a ribeye, maybe some sauteed onions, maybe a little roasted garlic, you know, bottle of Cabernet, call it a day, you know, hang out with the kids, maybe a little music, right? And I like ice cream cake for me. I'm not a cake guy. Like, I don't really like cake. Like, Phil Perlman, believe it or not, actually does love cake.
Carvel?
I don't. I'm an ice cream cake guy, so that's what we'll be having for my birthday.
I'm with you, man. Ice cream cake is the best cake. That's freaking awesome.
Cheap
Good for you.
Carvel, like just like the
Carvel's
shittiest,
great.
cheapest ice cream cake. I'm good with that.
So good. I
Yep.
miss
All
that.
right.
Oh, I'm
Extra
jealous.
crunchies.
Yeah, people be like, hey, what do you want to do for your birthday? Not leave my house. Let's start there. Right?
Yeah. Have
Happy
everybody leave me
Valentine's Day.
alone.
Everybody, happy Valentine's Day. Take your girlfriend out. Love you, Mom. Have a great weekend.
Yes, happy Valentine's Day, everybody. If for those who celebrate, not everyone does. That's totally fine.
Bunch of
My
white flowers, bunch of lazy bastards.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Get
get some flowers.
for Valentine's Day. What's the
my-
matter with you guys?
my recess was like a realization that we had last night. We went down a YouTube rabbit hole, and you know what I realized, and I guess I could be wrong here. Maybe I'm just not exposed to this anymore, but you never see commercials starring kids about products for kids. And you know, like growing up, there was like 100 commercials that would be like geared towards kids. That kids would be in them playing with doing the thing, whatever. But I feel like you don't see that anymore. You don't see kids in commercials advertising kids stuff. Do you know what I mean?
Do you miss that, Spencer?
I just realized, I was like, when is the last time I saw a commercial with 5 kids playing with like a kid's thing? You just don't see that. It just
Does
doesn't.
it also be because ads are so targeted these days?
Maybe.
You're just not seeing that.
Maybe I'm just not seeing it. But I was like, we were just watching old commercials last night on YouTube, and I was just like, you don't see this anymore. You don't see a bunch of kids having fun in a commercial with a toy or a thing or whatever. Right?
My kids don't even know what commercials are. Like, we go to my mother-in-law's house where they have commercials in her house because I guess like whatever we watch doesn't have any, or we pay whatever. They lose their minds. This is not what I know. It's a commercial, kids. Let me explain to you what a commercial is. You know,
I just like
they don't get it.
Spencer, did you just say you were watching old commercials on YouTube last night?
Yeah, like from when we were growing up. You know, you could just go down a rat. Yeah. Anyway, all right,
That's
nice.
hilarious.
Yeah.
That's what I got. I was like, you don't see this anymore. Maybe you do. I don't see it. So I don't know. All right. What's going on today? It's Friday. We'll have Thompson's 2 cents as we do every Friday at 5. So that's going to be it for us here. Thanks for watching. Thank you, Louie. By the way, if you missed Crypto After Dark with Louie last night, I recommend you check it out. He talked about Citadel's brand spanking new, their first ever crypto investment.
Yeah,
that was
nice.
last night on the channel.
Nice, Louis.
So good job there.
Crypto After Dark. Love it.
Yeah.
So
We will
cool.
see you.
It's a great time, man. Great vibes. Yeah.
We will see you on Tuesday. That's right. So everyone have a great weekend. Enjoy the extra day. Go make some money. Enjoy your grass-fed or non-grass-fed beef. Either works. And we'll see you.
I like the love for Nick Majuli over there. Just keep buying down there. I see that.
Absolutely,
shout out
baby.
to Nicky
Just keep
Numbers.
buying.
Little sly shout out to Nicky Numbers. I got mine here somewhere.
Look at that.
There it is.
Twins.
There it is. Everybody
Twinsies.
go get that book and read it. Just keep
Yeah.
buying.
Look at that. All right.
Have a good long weekend, guys.
Adios.
Run it. I can't take no loss. I don't even know what it costs. I hit the ground, then it go off. Yeah, hit the ground, then it go off. Yeah, I can't take no loss. I don't even know what it costs. Yeah, I hit the ground.